Good day everyone, Brad here with a new mock alternate build from the 75375 Millennium Falcon. This is my 29th alternate build, by the way, of this set. I actually just went and counted. We have the Battlestar Pegasus from the 2004 Battlestar Galactica TV series. Now this is one that I didn't even think about making initially. I was watching the show. I finally watched the show. And back when I made this one, I remember saying I hadn't seen the show. I'm towards the end of season 2, and they introduced the ship, and I saw it and thought, wow, Pegasus would make the perfect Millennium Falcon alt build. Now, I also have made the original 1978 Battlestar Galactica, which is slightly shorter than this one. So I have the 78 one built from this set, but this is from the 2004 series. This is Battlestar Pegasus. And one thing I'm also pretty excited about is watching the show. Pegasus is quite larger than Galactica, and as a result I was able to make both of these models to scale with each other. So you'll kind of see here from a top view, Pegasus is bigger than Galactica. Now this Galactica I made is from the Home 1 cruiser, so that is an alternate build for that. But let's take a look at Pegasus and some of the details. Now the thing I really like that I thought would be very difficult is the nose itself, because I ended up going with a 5-stud width here, because one of the key features of Pegasus is there's like this line right down the middle, and the front is a lot bigger and thicker than on Galactica. So by doing a 5-stud wide, I was able to make it get smaller here to 3-stud wide, and then do the 2 dark red parts there. So I was really happy with how the front turned out. And then for the middle section, we just have some detail here. And also one of the other distinctive features is on the sides here, they really curve out here a lot. So that's something quite different than the original one as well. Because I kept comparing this to my 1978 Battlestar Galactica build, and I wanted to make sure everything was different. None of this is the same as that build, even though it's about the same size, just slightly bigger. One part I was worried about was all of these engines in the back, because trying to build multiples of the same style of thing when you're doing an alt build is very tricky, because sometimes you have to have variations. So what I did was I made sure the 4 on top here were all essentially the same, because the ones on the bottom are different. You can't even see the bottom two because they're not there. But you have the ones here on the side that give the illusion that we've got all of these big engines wrapped around. And then I made sure to add a bunch of details here, kind of connecting it all to the main hull. And then here's a look at the back. Some simple engine pieces here. Now I'm going to pop it off the stand here. Switch hands for this. And show you what that looks like. So the stand is kind of like the Millennium Falcon stand, but I have it coming up to the left instead, and I'm not using the faceplate. And then here's the bottom of the ship. Nothing too exciting, but you don't really see it from that angle. The ship is solid, sturdy. You can pick it up from the back, swoosh it around, do all of that. It's not going to come apart. This is one big solid chunk. So I will have instructions available for this build in the description down below, which will take you to my Rebrickable page and all the other builds that I've made over the years. And I'll also have the, you can find this one as well if you're interested in making the actual Battlestar Galactica. So yeah, what do you want to see in the future? Again, this one I wouldn't have ever thought of doing unless I started watching the show. So got to get through all these sci-fi shows and see what cool ships are out there. So that is going to do it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.